Hi friends, my name is AJ. Welcome back to my book nook. Today we are going to be doing a little bit of spring cleaning. It's been about a year since my last book Unhaul video, and I have some more books that I'm planning on getting rid of. So in the spirit of, I guess, de-influencing and, you know, not holding on to things that we don't need, I figured I would share with you the books that I'm getting rid of this year. I honestly don't have that much to say for an intro, so I think I'm just gonna start. Okay, so the first one I have here is the movie novelization of Wonder Woman. I love the Wonder Woman movie. I think it is such a great movie, and I enjoy the novelization of it because I think the novelization of movies does actually bring some new perspectives into it where you can kind of see what these characters are thinking that you wouldn't have otherwise had expressed if you were just watching the film. And so I did enjoy reading this book after watching the movie. It was gifted to me after I saw the movie when it first came out, but I haven't read it in a very long time, and I don't see myself reading it again because I have so many other books that I already want to read that the stories I haven't experienced because they're not novelizations of films that I also own. I'm curious, do you guys also like novelizations of movies? I find I don't read them much anymore, but I used to read them more when I was like a teenager, so I'm curious if other people are also interested in that and if they're still popular. So the next one, I've never actually covered this one, but I considered it, and that is a book called The Dogs of Christmas. So I actually got rid of a few books by this guy last year: A Dog's Purpose, A Dog's Journey, and Ellie's Story. As I mentioned last year, and as I mentioned in my my reading the Lord of the Rings for the first time video, I spent a lot of my childhood reading exclusively dog books, and this was one of those books that I read, and I was considering maybe reading it for Christmas this year because I was just thinking to myself, well, people know that I read dog books a lot as a kid, so why don't I read this for fun? Just why not? And then I didn't get around to doing it, and I don't think I'm going to because frankly I just don't really care enough to. So we're gonna send this off. Hopefully there's someone else, maybe another kid who is as obsessed with dogs as I was when I was a kid, and we're gonna send that off and let someone else have a chance to read that. So the next four, I guess, are books that I've covered on this channel before. The first one is The Daughter of the Pirate King, and I don't actually have that one with me because I've already given it away, but I read that 2 summers ago, and I liked it well enough. You know, who doesn't love a good pirate story, but it wasn't really what I was expecting. It was way more of a romance than it was sort of adventure and pirate themed. And while I don't have an issue with romance, I mean, I don't really like romance novels, but while I don't have an issue with them, I want to at least know what I'm getting myself into when I'm getting into a book. And that is a big problem, I think, with the way that books are promoted now on TikTok and on Instagram, is that they are focusing on these tropes and like, oh, this is the interesting things. Oh, it's like Narnia combined with Star Wars. That would actually be really cool. No one steal that. That's my idea now. I'm claiming it. That is my next work in progress. But the way that marketing works now is that it focuses on things that already exist, which obviously has always been the case with pitching things. You've got to use things that people already know about to get their interest and what they might like. I feel like we focus so much on the tropes and the like exciting parts of it that we don't really focus on the actual stories, and a lot of times we get misled, and that's not just for books, that's also for films and TV shows as well. But I just didn't really enjoy it as much as I wanted to, and even though I said I really liked it in my video, and I said, oh, I'll probably read the next book in the series, the longer I sat with it, the more I realized that I probably wouldn't. Do you guys have that experience too, where you read something and you're like, yeah, this is pretty good, and then you sit with it for a couple months and you realize, this is not actually as good as I thought it was, just because you've been stewing on it a bit more? That's kind of where I was at with The Daughter of the Pirate King. I liked it well enough, but it wasn't something that really excited me. The next one is a little book series that I did for, I think, what will be the last Canadian Author Spotlight video, and that is the Legend of Rhyme middle grade book series, Allure of Stone, Into Carrera, and Tegan of Tomorrow. These are only the first 3. There's several more, but these are the ones I have that I got for free a while ago. There's no reason for me to keep these. These are children's books. I am not a child, nor do I have a child, nor does anyone I know have a child who is old enough to read this. So there's no reason for me to keep these around. It would be much better for me to be donating them, to be selling them, like basically just getting them out there so that like people can have access to them who actually are going to read them. And as I said in the video, they're fun books. They're a Canadian author. It's a great way to start kids off onto fantasy. Now, if you remember my last book Unhaul, you'll remember that I have a lot of coffee table books. I still have coffee table books, but I don't have as many. So I am actually going to be giving you guys one more coffee table book today, and that is dogs. And this thick thing is quite literally just a collection of pictures of, that is adorable, oh my gosh. It is just a collection of pictures of different dog breeds. And just every single dog breed you could think of, it is just a collection of all their pictures. And as I said, this is the time when I was, oh my gosh, that is so heavy. Why would I do that to myself? As I've said many times before, I was obsessed with dogs up until the age of about 11, and I had so many books, both stories and novels, but also real coffee table books, encyclopedias of dogs information, just collections of pictures of dogs, and I just don't think I need them anymore. As I said, I don't really have company. This is not kind of the thing you sit down and read. It's the kind of thing you have on your coffee table for if you have company. And I don't really have company, and I don't have a coffee table. So there's really no point in me carrying this super thick brick of a book around with me for the rest of my life. So yeah, we're gonna be getting rid of this bad boy as well. So that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 books that I am getting rid of this year. That's about half as many as I did last year. We are deprecating at an exponential rate. But that is all the books that I'm getting rid of this year. It is not a lot, I know, but I figured I would share them with you. I would encourage all of you, you know, if you're holding on to books simply because, like, you want to try and get to 1,000 books, so you're officially considered a library, or you're holding on to books but you don't really know that you have them, I just think it's a good idea to encourage all of you to go through your bookshelves, find any that you probably aren't gonna read again, aren't looking at right now, and donate them. Or, you know, if you want to, sell them in a yard sale or do whatever with them. But there are tons of great options for what you can do with books that you no longer want, and give other people the opportunity who may actually want to read those books instead. So yeah, I hope you guys had fun with this. It's a bit of a short video. I promise I have a couple more bigger ones on the way. Let me know in the comments, because I am curious about the novelization things. Do you all read novelizations, or did you read novelizations? Are they no longer cool anymore? And what is your typical way of getting rid of books that you no longer want? Do you put them in yard sales? Do you bring them to used bookstores or donate them to places? Let me know. I'm really interested to know what you all do with your old books. But yeah, that's it for me today. I hope you enjoyed, and I will see all of you lovely people in the next video. Bye!